Yo, what's up, motherfuckers? I'm just playing. What's up, everybody? Tip Touch Podcast back at you again with another brand new episode. Of course, as always, I got my boy Brett. I'm Eduardo. You should already know that by now. But anyways, I lied on the last episode. If you checked it out, if you haven't, go do so. Episode 57, UFOs and crypto. Check it out. All streaming platforms and on our YouTube page. I mentioned that this would be the last episode, or that would have been the last episode in the famous apartment where I reside currently now. But that was a lie. I'm sorry. This will be the actual last episode before we're fucking out of here, and we're going to be at our new location. Hopefully, maybe have a better little setting. I'm going to do something creative, so it'll be a more detailed setting, something cool. Like my boy over here, he's in fucking outer space. I was going to say, damn, dude, what the fuck? Did you hook up with Elon Musk, and chop it up to where you can give you your own fucking shuttle up to, that's the moon, right? It's the moon, right?
Oh, yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
30 seconds and counting. Astronauts
Taking off, people. He's taking off.
25 seconds.
Oh, shit. He's taking off. Man, he forgot to take us.
T-minus 15 seconds.
He's hacking in the mainframe.
12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start.
Oh, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go, baby. We're going fucking galactic wide.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
Oh, my God, people. And that is what I'm talking about today. We are talking about cryptos just mooning. We've got Dogecoin that's going beyond the moon. Nobody's business. Elon Musk trying to take it to Mars with him, I guess. But Bitcoin, everybody's just, dude, we're in a bull run and the crypto run. And so, a lot of people, everybody's got their favorite coin right now that they're messing with. And I've got my favorite coin. And so let the games begin. Let the lift off. How many rockets are we going to be launching to the moon? I'm already on the moon. So that's where I'm podcasting live from today, folks. Podcasting live from the moon. The oxygen kind of sucks up here, so I might run out of breath all the time, but that may be just because I'm fat.
He was the last shuttle that was just barely.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with you.
They had to put a little bit more fuel to take me. You're like, how much do you weigh? You're a little bit chubbier than our average astronaut.
We're gonna need about probably a rocket and a half to get this guy up there.
Can you spend more time on the treadmill?
We'll put one in there for you.
Do.
Oh man! No, speaking of treadmills, your boy here has. I've been actually hitting the treadmill pretty hard, man. And I'll tell you what, the first couple of days are a bitch, but after the first, I would say week and a half, you'll be all right. But no, man, I'm. Just I wanted to put that out there just because we're talking about, you brought up treadmills and your boy here, he's been
treadmill game. Yeah. When the treadmill.
So the crypto game. Shit, fuck it. Let's just start it off on that since we like talking about money. I've noticed because I'll just say that I've been getting a little bit more involved in it, just trying to understand it because I could say just I feel like I'm late to the game, but
you're not late.
My boy tells me I'm not late, but I feel like I am. But I've been seeing Bitcoin. Yeah, it's been fucking taking off, and Doge. So okay, we talked a little bit about this off air. You're telling me, and I guess this is just from my boy's perspective. He was saying that you think it's going to tank here soon.
It already has.
It already has.
It's already started. So
okay.
Here's the thing. So okay, we're talking about Dogecoin, and we're talking about the Dogecoin. Here's something that it's a little bit alarming to see because we're in this crypto space. The crypto space is brand new. It's the Wild West, right? People are trying to get in. Well, unfortunately, in the beginning of everything, before regulation gets involved, there are people that like to take advantage. And I think Elon Musk, I don't know if you can, here's the thing. Elon Musk, I'm usually a big fan of him, right?
Yeah, the modern day Tony Stark, like we always call him, right?
Sort of. Well,
sort
right.
Of. Okay.
No. You're right. But what I want to say is what he's sort of doing in the crypto space, as far as I can see, seems a little bit irresponsible for someone in his position.
So
And
my guess is because he's getting into the manipulation aspect of it, he's taking part of that.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
And he's, he's been in trouble before, with this kind of, not in trouble. I mean, the thing is, the guy has so much money that he sort of buys his way out. He's been,
Mm-hmm.
let's just say, taken to court over this
Mm-hmm.
stuff before with Tesla. And, he got spanked one time because he said that he was getting ready to take Tesla private. And, that spooked some investors. And, you can't play those games, right? So he's been a big supporter of Dogecoin. And, Dogecoin, there's literally nothing backing it up. There's nothing. And it's the coin of the people. And
Okay.
that's the thing. And so there's really no real use for it. And it's for people that have been doing, I mean, I'm brand new to the game. I'm not even going to claim that I'm someone who has been in the crypto space for, anything more than this year. Although I got started last fall.
Yeah.
Um, but this year I got really serious with it. But anyway, but you look at all the real projects and all the real things going on. Dogecoin was built as just a meme coin.
Yeah. The dog, the
And
little dog on the meme and
yeah,
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm telling you, I'm gonna get so much hate. But here's the thing. I just want to say this is that it's unsustainable. Dogecoin long term is unsustainable. People, if you want some real stuff, get into Bitcoin, get into Ethereum, get into Cardano. Those are
Cardano.
probably your three best ones that you want to get into as far as most secure.
Yeah.
But you get into Dogecoin and you're sort of asking for trouble. I will say though, in the short term, they're trying to get Dogecoin up to $1. So if I was a gambling man, one thing I've learned is you don't bet against Elon Musk. So if I had a little bit of extra money, I might go into the Dogecoin and make some quick dollars. And then once it spikes, right? Once it hits that spike, boom, cash out and buy some real stuff.
You're out like a
So,
trout.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
dude, take advantage. If these kids are going to be crazy, but here's what I fear though, is that someone is going to end up taking this thing a little bit more serious, put in real money that they can't afford to lose, and then Washington is going to get involved and say, hey, we're going to start regulating the crypto space. And that's where you have to start showing papers. And sometimes I feel like this is by design. I feel like they want it to be regulated and they're just looking for a reason.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So right now, like I said, it's the Wild West. The market is a little bit down from yesterday, but Bitcoin sitting at 59,000. They were sitting at 61.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so the market's sort of hurting. Dogecoin is 30 cents. It's down about 15% today. But yesterday it got as high as 43 cents. 43 cents was its peak, and then it it came all the way down to what, 24 cents, and it's back up to 30 cents. So there's a lot of people that are supporting it, but long term, I think it's kind of dangerous to get into.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say this: with those glasses, it makes you look like you've been in the crypto game since the beginning. So I'm just telling you that. But you're right. No. Like again, this is my opinion on it. If this is a crypto that's been kind of by the people, like you said, long term wise, like what other benefits aside from that being created from the people that invested in it, is it really going to benefit the economy or just the people in general? Because you see all these other coins, from what I've been researching, that are actually making moves that are actually catching interest of other investors, like big time investors. So longevity wise, I wouldn't really count it in for that. I wouldn't even try to fuck with it personally. I mean, if you're making money off of it, great. Hey, kudos to you. Get your money. But
this reminds,
I just don't look at it like you said long term. That's just my opinion. But again, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
I really feel like Elon Musk is trying to turn a bunch of kids into millionaires right now. And I think the message
that's
is
cool. Fuck it. That's cool.
Yeah, just
that's
like
cool.
He's telling little kids, hey, get in the game, or not little kids, but young adults, investing age adults. And he's trying to make them all as rich as they can. And that's one little thing that I've got going on, because you look at Snoop Dogg, these artists that these young people gravitate. All of a sudden, there's this big movement into Doge. So,
Yeah.
like I'm saying, it might not be a bad idea to throw a little bit of money in there and let Doge get to $1. And if it's 30 cents right now, so you can get you can triple your money. Why not? Right.
Fuck it, right? Yeah, no, get your
So-
money. Like I said, man, that's the name of the game. You want to definitely, obviously make more than what you've initially invested and just fucking, pull out the right moment. So yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
But-
I mean, can I invest my Usher bucks though?
Dude,
Oh my
man, that is
Oh.
cold blooded. What about this? What about Usher? What are
So
you talking about?
from again, great old Twitter. Somebody had posted a picture or a screenshot of what it appeared to be Usher paying with money with his face on it at strip clubs. Now, if that is the case, again, I didn't really dig into it to find out all the facts and all that, but just how it seemed to me when I looked at the picture, what it stated of what was going on with these, Usher bucks being issued at strip clubs or being used to pay at the strip clubs, I should say. Why? If you're making, I mean, come on, Usher. We're talking about Usher. Yeah. I'm sure dude has real money. Is this like a public stunt or something that he's trying to do to get like relevancy out nowadays? I don't get it. Like, I really don't know.
One thing, I don't know how many rich people you know.
None.
I'm rich.
Oh, yeah, dude, you're rich at heart. You're rich at heart, baby. Come on, man. I do know somebody. Yeah, I do know a few people that are rich at heart. Yeah, but money wise, I don't know.
yeah. I'm talking about fiat rich. When I lived in Montana, I had a part-time moving job, right, where I was picking up a little bit of money on the side. And one thing we hated, the jobs that we hated the most, were the jobs for the rich people, because they are the most penny pinching people. They do not tip. They demand way too much. Like they have all these crazy, unrealistic expectations. Like this one time I had to hang out of a 3-story building and pull an armoire through the window that a crane had to drop into this mansion, right? And I mean, here I am, no harness, no nothing, hanging halfway out of this window, scraping my hand on the bottom of their window ledge so that their armoire doesn't get scratched or anything, right? Yeah. I'm doing all this, so I'm bloody, I'm cut up, I'm doing, taking some blood for the team, right? Just to make sure that these rich people had their nice armoire in this 3-story, the 3rd story room, right?
Yeah.
So then it's as simple as, all right, thank you, have a good day. And then we left.
Oh yeah, sorry for bleeding all over your fucking floor while I was doing that for you. Hey.
Oh, I wanted to just wipe my blood on their curtain.
Just all over it, just fucking leaving streaks
all across the wall. But I mean, but and that was just one job. There were a number of rich people we moved for, and we dreaded working for rich people because they're picky. They they want you to do every little thing. Like if they're paying you $20 an hour, they want $40 an hour worth of work out of you. I mean, they're just the worst.
No breaks too.
Rich. Right? I mean, they're very like, I can't tell you one very nice rich person I've ever met. They're just they're the ones that were that we moved for, that we did moving jobs for, were the worst. They were just so cheap, so rude, so demanding, and here we were, where we were just these poor kids, just trying to make a little bit of money for college, whatever, just money on the side. And anyway, so I hear the story about Usher, and I'm like, it's typical. Goes to a strip club with Monopoly money, puts his face on it to boot. I mean, come on. I don't
know why.
I don't know. Does he think he's funny? I mean,
okay, let's flip it. Let's flip it, right? The guy's Usher, Mr. Been in the music industry since he was super young. He's got the credentials to be like, I don't need to pay.
You being Usher doesn't get me a Gucci purse.
Okay, fair enough.
Your Usher bucks do not get me a Gucci purse.
Or even a candy bar at that. I mean, maybe a candy bar. I don't know.
I want new stilettos.
The red bottoms.
Yeah, if I'm gonna work this pole, you know, mommy needs new nails. You know, and those Usher bucks ain't doing it.
Oh man, yeah, that's
you being Usher does not get me new nails. So
I think it was more of a prank than anything, or just for him to be, like you said, to be funny.
But if it was a prank, come back with the real money, something.
I mean, be like the other dudes, just dropping like real money. They're dropping stacks. I'm like, yo, that's nuts. I mean, shit, when you got that much money to blow, why not?
Have you ever been to a strip club?
Only once. And I had just turned 18. I went. I don't really remember. I just remember you had to get a drink. I remember I got a Coke. Not the one you sniff either. Just a Coca-Cola, people. Coca-Cola product. But yeah, I really don't remember. I just remember getting a drink and I just was chilling there. And it was just more like with us, me and a couple of my boys at the time, and we were just chilling and we were just letting them do their thing. That was really it. Like that was literally it. And that was the only time. And so I never really was one of those dudes like to go do that. I just did it just because I wanted to, experience going to a strip club. That was really it. So
yeah. All right. Cool.
What about you?
Never.
Really?
Never.
Really? Okay.
No, in fact, we were talking about my wife and I were talking about, because she's never been to one either.
Oh my God.
Like,
don't tell me.
Go to one time.
Oh my God. That okay. You should do it just to tell us the experience, to see what your wife would say, but just going as a couple, because I think
we would go as a couple. Yeah. We would.
So what I'm saying is though, like, I think it's a lot more normal. I think it's like, we think it's kind of like, damn, that's kind of crazy, but I think it is pretty normal that some couples do go and do that thing,
Yeah, I got one friend that ended up marrying a dancer.
Oh really?
I think so.
Oh
yeah.
Damn. Okay. Hey,
yeah.
Like T-Pain's once said, he was in love with the stripper, right?
Oh, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Right?
Like homeboy fell in love with the stripper.
Wild. I'm surprised, man. I figured you would at least once gone to one.
I'm surprised I never did either. I mean, but the thing here, I always, I always question like what type of person, like, I'm like, I'm not supporting like abuse, am I? Because like I really did. I questioned that when I was younger. I was like, my friends would go to the strip club all the time. I mean, all the time. They were like, yeah, they would know which strip club had the best food.
Oh, I love it.
In
Who
Missoula,
has the best nachos?
Like, that's what they were. It was chicken. Yeah, chicken was their thing, and they were just like, yeah, friends in Missoula, whatever, right? So they've got their favorite spots over there. But I was always like, are these girls damaged?
Let me try to help you, please. Let me try to help you.
That's what it would be. And then then all of a sudden you got 14 kids you got to take care of, and ex-cons in prison after you. I don't think so.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I didn't do that. Although I did. There was a frat party that we went to. I think we were 19-ish, maybe 20. I don't know. There was a frat party in Missoula that we went to, and the stripper that they brought to the house to, do this strip dance for everybody. She was definitely MILF age, and we were all kids, so that was kind of weird to see. It was just one lady.
MILF age.
Yeah, MILF age. Yeah, definitely. Okay. She definitely had like a 7 or 8 year old running around at home.
Okay, so that's the closest you've probably ever been to that then.
That's the closest I've ever been, and that's the closest I was trying to be. So
hey, but like you said, if wifey wants to go, you'll be down to go, right?
Yeah, I guess if she ever, like, it's not something that we're like dying to do or whatever. If it's like like, oh, we're in the area. Like, oh, look at the strip club. Yeah, let's just pop in real quick. See what's
Oh,
going on.
that's awesome.
See what's going down.
Oh,
Hey,
well,
you bring those Usher bucks with you?
for content purposes, I hope you do. So we can get wifey on the pod next time, and we want to talk about that if that
Oh, dude.
happens. You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
If I go in, I'm giving my business card. Hi, my name's Brett Otto. I do a podcast. Love to do some. Love to have a chat with you sometime.
Oh man, but I actually want to go back to what you were saying about your experience dealing with a few rich people when you were moving and stuff. And they would be just kind of, obviously they wouldn't acknowledge the fact that you're doing heavy hard labor for you to do a job. At least you would think you'd get like a couple extra bucks or whatever, even like maybe like a break, or they give you sandwiches or something, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And here's the story that I like to talk about, just because of just when you acknowledge hard work to me, it's like, even though it's like they say, it goes kind of hand in hand when they say you always want to work hard, so that way even when nobody's looking, there's always going to be somebody that's going to take note of that and realize, like, oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
you got to condemn that person, whatever. um as of course people know, I live in a complex, right? And there was one day where they had a kid here. It seemed like he was from high school or something to me. He's just a young cat, and I saw him like cleaning all, like, just the little stairways to go up to the second and third floor of the apartment
Yeah.
complexes. But he was like really being tedious on cleaning it, making sure he got everything, just looking around, like making sure everything was clean for the people to walk through the paths and all that. And I respect that a lot. So me as a person, I like shoes, and I've gotten rid of a lot of them, and sold a few. And at the time, this is before I started getting rid of them, I had a few pairs just laying around, and I asked him one day, like, hey man, just, this is a random question, but what size shoe are you? And I'm a 12, right? And he said he was like 11 and a half, but he can maybe fit into a 12, right? So I'm like, all right man, hold on real quick, just chill there for a bit. And I came out and I gave him they were literally brand new. Like, I hardly wore my shoes. Even now to this day, there's probably like one or two pair of shoes that I only really wear, and that's that. Really, I'm not really into that anymore. I got more bigger, just priorities to kind of really, pay attention to at this time in my life right now. So, um, I just gave it to him, like, here man, I see you here, cleaning the stairways. I take notice of that. All the, this whole little area is
Yeah.
always clean. Even on rainy days, like, I'd always see him out there, just doing what he's doing, to make his honest
Dude,
living and all that. And I hooked him up with a free pair of shoes. And that to me, like,
that's
I like doing that because, like I said, kids, working hard, and he's making an honest living,
yep.
young cat. And if it's one thing I could do, is just give back to him and just be like, regardless if nobody's looking, and regardless if you're making, you're not out there doing anything illegal, anything of that nature to
Yep.
get quick money. I wanted to show you that you will be rewarded for honest work and hard work at that. And I hooked them up, and that was
Dude,
that. So
that's a power move right there. And the thing about that is, you see, you keep hearing about this new generation, how it's getting lazier and
yeah,
lazier and lazier. And we work with them, right? We see them all the time. And
yeah,
there's just a lot of, like, the new school ain't what the old school was. And I mean, the way that the things that we were expected to do in the workforce, like, this new school is like, nah.
yeah. They're really not. You can see the
Not
difference, like
doing
you
it.
said. Yeah, it's
And
and this is really not the dog on anybody. This is just more of like,
no,
you really take note, like, on just the differences in, I guess you say, age group, to like, obviously I'm in my 30s. I'll be real about it, but when you go to even stores or any like retail stores, whatever, even just me being a customer, right? And then you walk up to somebody asking for a simple question or some help. It's more of like, you get these like, okay, hey, I need help finding something like this. Can you help me? Oh, I really don't know. I don't think we have it. And it's like, and these are young cats I'm talking to. They work at retail stores, and it's like, all right, well, at least expect, like, at least, hey, well, let me go try to find out or whatever. Like, try to go that extra mile. You don't really see that, to where like they're putting effort to really get, give you help. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
like, little things like that I noticed, but it's, but you're right. This goes hand in hand with what you're saying. Like, you don't see that extra push of hard work to be like,
it's
yeah, I'm gonna do my best, or give it that little extra 1 mile or whatever,
yeah.
to give it my best every day. You know what I'm saying? So
It was I was out eating. My wife and I went out the other night, and it was her birthday, and took her out, and there was a spot that she wanted to go to. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, let's go, So we went there, and you know, and I mean, I get it that we're in the pandemic stuff, right? But our waitress just did, like, she seemed almost like she just didn't even want to help us,
I
and
hate I hate when you get that vibe.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm like, what, did we do something? I mean, and she just, I couldn't tell if she was new or if she just was disinterested. And I was telling my wife, I go, this is exactly why robots are going to take over,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, and again, come back to tip, right? If I was this rich guy, I still wouldn't have tipped, but I still tipped. But I was like, I don't even want to tip right now. I don't even
Yeah.
want to tip, but
Yeah.
I still did, just because I'm like, uh, it just, I felt, I guess, guilt, but it was not, I didn't tip out of good service. And I'm like, I just want a robot. I'd rather a robot. I'd rather just have a little screen. Yep, this is what I want. This is what I
Done.
want. Bop, 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 bop. And then a little robot brings it out. Like, I'm to the point in my life where I guess when it comes to, and I get it, we're having these all these arguments about, oh, $15 an hour minimum wage, yada yada
Yeah.
yada, right? Well, it looks like people don't even want to work these jobs in the first place, right? No matter how much they get paid, because it's just like, when you have that type of an attitude, like, would you even change for $30 an hour? Would you put a
Yeah, that's the
smile on your
thing.
face for $40 an hour? Like, you know what I mean? And so I just think that we're at this point in society where we are just peopled out. You know, I love going out to rural areas. I mean, it's totally different. Here was a weird thing too. I went to Seattle and I ordered, like, you do this thing where you scan this QR code. When you go
Okay.
to the restaurants, you scan the QR code and you order based on that website. So the QR code takes you to the website, to the menu,
Okay.
and you
Okay.
make all of your orders. And this was in downtown Seattle. So the only time you saw your waiter was when they were bringing the food out to you.
Mm.
It was the craziest thing. And then you had to pay. You had to pay before you even got your food.
Okay. Okay.
So
Hey, hey, dude. Like I said, to add to that note, right? You would want to think like working at any restaurant or just any fast food joint, that should be like a stepping stool or a stepping stone to get you somewhere higher than that. Making $15 an hour, sure, temporarily, if you really just want to get to that next level of getting a better job or investing that extra cash you have to get somewhere better or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're right. It eventually it's going to happen too, where they're going to have these machines like take over, and that's that. There's your job.
Yep.
There's your $15 an hour job right there going out, and it sucks. Like it does suck because like there's people that probably that's the only job they can get, right? Whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, like I said, use that to get you to somewhere better, or like I said, a different. Go to college, go to school on the side, whatever, or get another job, work your way up. Like you want to work your way up. Don't just stay at the same level and call it that and don't settle. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
you're always gonna have those individuals that just have that same mindset, or they have that certain mindset, I should say, right? So yeah, but like I said, it's gonna suck for people that are gonna get that reality, that reality check here soon once that they start implementing more and more of those like self-ordered machines. So
But I think, I mean, to me, it's all about attitude.
yep.
I, like, I've had jobs before. I worked at Burger King, and
Yeah, you talked about that, yeah.
yeah, and I, like, for me, it was so much fun. I was getting paid $7.25, 7.25,
Damn.
and my claim to fame was I had the fastest drive-through time. I set the record, and they couldn't, I couldn't be beat. And it was so much fun. But I mean, and then eventually it came time to, all right, I got to make more money. And I knew that instead of demanding my employer to pay me more, I inherently understood that this was an entry level job.
Yep,
And
exactly.
so instead of demanding my employer to pay me more, I demanded more out of myself. And I went out and I found that better work. Right. And my next
Exactly.
job was a grocery store. And I was able to go into the different departments, go to the meat department, the dairy department, whatever. It was so much fun working in all those areas. But it was that attitude, right? And so then all of a sudden we get a hardware store come into our town, and this hardware store was paying double what I was getting paid. And I was like, man, can I get this job? Can I land this job? And I just went in. And at first it was I was getting paid 24 hours a week, right? Or I was getting 24 hours a week, just part-time, whatever. But I just came in there, just hustled, right? I was working freight shift or whatever, night shift on the freight team, and throwing freight all night, just trying to keep up with everybody, do my
Yeah.
thing, but just keeping that attitude going, and just letting that boss know, hey, I want this job, I want this job, I want this job. And then eventually they were cutting people, right? It's time to cut people. And so then they would cut some of the part-timers and then only keep full-timers. So the full-timers, or the part-timers that were all cut, anybody that was left would be full-time. And I got it. I landed it, and it was just like, and it was always just keeping that positive attitude, no matter
Yeah.
where I went, no matter what I did. And that's my one critique that I have when I go out in this world. And I've been there, man. I've made that low money, and
Yeah.
you want to talk about, oh, I don't make enough money to have a good attitude. No, you bring the attitude first, the money comes later. Bring the attitude first, the money comes later.
Yeah. Straight
And
up.
because people don't notice that, if you got to show people what they're paying for, not you get the check first and then you'll be good to them. That it doesn't work like that. You want it that way, start your own business. But if you're the employee, man, you got to come out with that attitude. That attitude is everything. That attitude gives opportunities. It opens so many doors, and I can't tell you, just by having a good attitude, how many doors have opened for me in the past.
Straight up. Straight up. And I think we're two, like I said, walking results of that, man. I really agree with everything you're saying on that. Because you really, like I said, you want to evolve, man. And that's one thing where I really can't explain what it was, but on my own journey, just getting to where we're at right now, obviously we work at the same place, employer, whatever. And there was always something inside of me that told me just keep on pushing through. This is not going to be forever. This where you're at this specific time ain't always going to be forever. And
Mm-hmm.
I've always just kept climbing up, kept climbing up. And at times I felt like I didn't know what I was doing or what should I do to get me to that next level, dude. It's crazy to explain. And when I hear people talk about like that are at higher levels, you know what I'm saying? They just say that stay consistent, keep pushing forward. Don't think about yesterday. Don't think about all the past problems. You always want to be one step ahead, never backwards.
Mm.
And it's just crazy, but it just worked for me. It's as crazy as it sounds, right? But I was just building myself up to be like, you're working here. If it doesn't work out for you here, go to the next one. Like you want to build that resume. I mean,
Yeah.
like just speaking in specifics of a resume, you want to build that up. Show these people that you can be versatile, and before you knew it, it took a few years. This wasn't a fucking thing where it happened like in a couple months, couple weeks, whatever. No, it took a couple years. I'll be straight up, right?
Yep.
But I'm in a position in my life now where it's like, I'm just comfortable, man. Like I'm cool. I'm blessed. I want to say that first and foremost. I'm blessed. I'm gonna just say that straight up. And I'm comfortable. I'm fortunate
Yeah.
enough that I could provide for my family. I could put a roof over my head. I have food on the table. And most importantly, try to invest some of that money to do stuff like this, what you have now, the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
to open that different, lane. Because like I said, like when you meet certain individuals, and that's one thing, like I know I may be going kind of off topic. Like when I met you for the first time, just we started chopping it up. I started seeing that we had kind of almost a similar mindset to where like, yo, like we should do something, but what is
Yeah.
that something,
Right.
And that was kind of like the hardest thing is taking that first step forward. And the more and more we started talking about it, it's like we made it a reality. You know what I'm saying? It might not be big to other people. To me personally, I hold this at high regard because like we took the time to fucking do this.
The
Like
money.
nobody fucking told us like, hey, this is a how-to. No, like we
Yeah.
went out there, did the research, put a little money aside, worked a little extra hard, on the weekends to get stuff that we needed to get this thing popping. And before you know it, like the videos that you saw, like episode 1, that wasn't even the beginning. That was almost to where like we were barely getting our, like, knee high waters, at that point, So this was more of a figuring it out. It almost took like, I think I would want to say, honestly, it almost took like 2 years to really get things going.
Mm-hmm.
But amongst that, like the thing is, like The reason where why I'm saying this, it all ties back to, you want to think ahead. You want to think about the future. You want to think about just kind of where everything is right now, especially like with the internet, direct to consumer, some Dame Dash shit, like right there. Like even me kind of getting on that note where I was learning I was paying attention to some of the stuff he was talking about. You want to think about the future. You want to think about not right now, tomorrow, next week, next month. No, you want to think about long ahead.
Yep.
And that's kind of where all this started kind of coming together with the podcast. But amongst with that, what I kind of want to tie all this to is like, you know, I would want to hope that one day this could be what we could do for making money.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like that's the initial goal. To keep it 1,000 with everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like what everybody's shooting for. But again, it takes fucking hard work.
Yep.
So I don't know. Again, I'm sorry if I went off topic on that, but it's more of just me saying like, just keep on going whoever. I'm just talking to anybody specifically right now. Things may not be good at that specific time and moment, but trust me, that's not going to determine next week, next month, next year. Fucking keep pushing forward and drive through. I know right now, especially right now, it's so tough to say that with the pandemic still going on, people still in lockdown, you know, COVID, all that. I totally get it. But this is your time to scheme out and really plan ahead for the future. Like obviously, like right now, we're talking about like at the beginning of the episode with crypto. You got a few extra bucks, put that shit in there. You don't know what's gonna pop off. Like you said, like my boy said it first, like it's the slow winning lottery. You could fucking make a few G's off that, right?
Yeah,
do your homework. Do your homework.
I say it's like winning the lottery in slow motion.
Yes.
And
do your homework first. Do your research. Put a little bit of money aside. You know, let it work itself.
And that's here's what I really recommend. Now, you know, are there going to be people that make some money off of Dogecoin? Yeah, there's going to be people that profit. But if you're talking about like really being serious about it, you know, I want you to understand what the blockchain is, watch some videos or whatever. But I feel like this is one of those opportunities that if you don't jump in now before everybody else does, you're going to miss a golden opportunity. And I know that I personally have been talking to people that I know, people that I care about, people that I really don't even have a close relationship. I just want to see everybody get something right now. Right. And I just feel like this is a very rare opportunity. And you know, it's like I just feel like blockchain is going to revolutionize our entire future in ways that we don't even understand yet. And so right now, just look at the big dogs making the biggest moves and get on board.
Yeah,
get on board. Understand, learn about DeFi, learn about the blockchain, learn about NFTs, learn about all the stuff, learn about Ethereum, learn about Cardano, learn about Bitcoin, research the history. You know, why was Bitcoin created? Who created Bitcoin? All these questions, you know, who is Charles Hoskinson? Who is, you know, all these names that I just want people to, you know, the people that I've been very busy all week helping people get into crypto, teaching people how to set up their ledger, how to stake and all that. It's been a lot of fun, scary, but fun. Scary because this is more money this week. This is more money than I've ever made in 1 week, just in my own investments. I'm like, I mean, it was like every day I was telling my wife, this is insane. This is insane. Look, you know, she knows how much I put into it. And, you know, and we're just like, this is insane. How is it going up like this? You know? And I mean, stuff that I didn't even expect to blow up was blowing up. So, but I forgot where I was going with that, but the research, you know, just making sure that you know what you're doing or whatever. Shoot, I was going somewhere with that and I forgot. Darn it, man.
Dude, it's the what is it? The oxygen levels over there at the moon, dude. It's getting
That's
to your
what it is.
head.
You know, I'm already on the moon. I don't have to think anymore. No, but yeah, shoot, man. I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. It happens. All right. You know, like I said, things don't always go like perfect here at the Picture podcast. All right. So we hit some walls, but it's okay. We're still gonna keep on going.
Yeah.
But, okay, moral of the story, do your research. Do your research before you get into it. Obviously, it's dealing with money.
Now is the time. Yes.
Now's the time. Like my boy said, don't be too late. Because we kind of what's crazy. I like when you referenced it, kind of like back then when Amazon was first starting up, right?
Yeah.
Nobody really believed it, but you look at it now, it's kind of the fucking wave. I mean,
Right.
Jeff Bezos is making the fucking killing. So
The richest man in the world.
yeah, straight up. So I mean, if you invested at Amazon a long time ago, you're probably sitting pretty right now too. So
Yep. Yep. And, like I said, this blockchain is going to revolutionize everything. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm on a personal mission just to really get people that that I care about it, but I'm looking at the older generation, right? And I'm like, I want them to get on board because I feel like the younger generation is leaving the older generation behind, because I feel like the younger generation has a little bit of resentment with the world that the older generation has left them, with the climate change and all that. And so now this younger generation is making this crypto money, which is the next big thing. And I feel like it's going to leave a lot of old people behind. But me, there's a lot of boomers I care about, and I want to see have a good life in retirement and just be able to live their golden years, off on the moon, with me. It's like, you get as much sun. But
that's real shit though, man. That's real
but
shit.
yeah, I mean, it's oh, I guess it's scary when you're making that much money at once, because you're like, oh my God, like how much is life going to change? How much is life going to change? And you want to keep everything grounded. You want to,
Oh yeah,
you want to make sure, like, I always want to remember those rich people that treated me the way that they did when I was in Montana, when I was in their big houses, and they didn't do anything, they didn't tip, they were just very, just very, I don't know, just pretentious and very, I don't know, just rude, very so disconnected. I mean, it was almost like they viewed me as a second class citizen, and they really wanted me to know my place as a poor person, and I'm like, wow, that's just not it, And so with the day that we ever win this lottery in slow motion, I want to be that example to say, hey, this is good. Like what you're talking about, what you did, just where you're at, with the shoes, passing that out, and really making someone's day like that. I think that's the type of stuff that changes the world incrementally.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, man. In a way though, too, man. You got to say that was kind of like the what is it the fuel to the fire, man, for you. Like that what you went through there, probably just gonna motivate you to hit that fucking goal. And obviously be the opposite of that. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, you kind of need to think that shit. Like, all right, I'm gonna remember that. Keep that right here. Like I said, just keep that right here. Keep it in your little fucking memory bank. And then from there, it's hit
It
those
makes
goals,
me want
baby.
to buy that mansion. When we get that money, I'll buy that mansion, and I will have parties in that motherfucker every night.
I'd be like, can you move this? Can you move this for me, please?
Oh, dude, yeah. No. I'll just, I'll just show all the, we'll just have parties over there all the time, and we'll have it'll be a second class citizen party, So if you're not one of the elites, you're not one of the rich people, you're invited. Come on up.
That's awesome.
Bars open.
Fuck yeah. So there you have it. There you have it. We'll send the evites here once that happens. A-stat. No shit, man. Dude, I feel like there's so much that's happened in the past couple of weeks. It's just kind of hard to kind of like pick out what are some of the stuff that we want to talk about. But I know it's a tough subject to talk about, but I feel like we definitely need to throw it out there and discuss it a little bit, just with all the shit that's going on. And I know that there's been a lot of what's crazy, not too long ago, I think it was like yesterday, right, or the day before, FedEx in what state, 8 people died, shooter. Yo, man, I at this point, man, like asking you, right, because obviously we've had discussions before. And what's crazy is like we keep having these conversations over and over and over, and nothing has really been done. But now it's like we need to bury down to where, like, what it would be a solution for all this shit, obviously to stop this, or at least slow it down from fucking happening. Like in a month, dude, it's just been so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But what's also crazy too that not to divert from that, the topic we're about to talk about, um, is in Texas they actually made it legal to where you can do an open carry without having a permit now, right?
They've been doing that. I think Texas is like the 11th state
Oh,
that
okay,
they're doing that. Yeah, there's
okay.
movement going on.
Yo, man, you know what? And I'm gonna say this, okay? It's for me, I'm pro gun. I'm just gonna say that I'm pro gun. The reason for that is, I mean, people have to understand. It just comes down to protecting you, yourself, and your own families. That's how I look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's no more than that. Straight up, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But at the same time, you have these people that that are pushing back on it. That you're just letting anybody get a gun at this point, blah blah blah. Well, that's where we should come up with a solution for that. I mean, like I said, I really at this point, to be honest, I think it's just with what people have been dealing with this past year, since everybody's been on lockdown. You got to think about this kind of like gumbo of multiple things all dumped into it. People losing their jobs, people losing their homes, people diverting to just how to cope with everything that's going on, like maybe losing everything that they have. Now what are you left with except for just like living on the street? Maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you kind of my thought on how things go down when you're in that position, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I bet there's just a high mental health, dude. I feel like it's really coming down to that. Like it has to do with people like fuck, they're gonna get it by any means, or they're just fucking just they went off a different fucking path, man. It's just we really don't know. Like I said, I'm just going off of what I think.
Yeah.
It's just insane to know that in this month alone, we've had so much shit go down, man. It's wild, man. It's really just crazy. Like it's just too common. I think that's just the crazy thing to like from when I think about it. It's just too common of a thing now happening too often, where we just look at it like, oh, okay, like it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild, dude.
Yeah, I think we're definitely becoming desensitized to the
It's
violence,
insane,
and we're
bro.
just getting used to people dying. We're getting used to not caring about each other. We're
It's
getting
sad,
used
dude.
to
It's really sad, dude.
we're learning how to hate each other more. That's the thing. Like when you read these articles about the media, in fact, that's one thing I've done with crypto. Is I purposely invested my time into learning more about my crypto
Yeah.
than I did reading all these stories in the news that seem to just want to push us further and further apart.
Yeah.
In the crypto space, I'm talking to Black people, I'm talking to Asians, I'm talking to white people, Hispanics, men, women. I'm talking to people of all backgrounds. And the one thing that all of us seem to have in common, well, we all want to make money, that's for sure.
For sure.
But we all, for those of us that understand the crypto space, we understand the technology that it does. We understand the fact that it's offering a privacy in the new world that we haven't seen yet. Big tech has robbed us of our privacy, and they've robbed us of our data. They've stripped us of our data, and they've used our data against us. Crypto attempts to bring that data back, that data ownership back to us, and bring that privacy back to us, give us and it attempts to put the checks on big tech. And so the media and big tech have really done, and our politicians, oh my god, like the money has caused them to do all this stuff. They know that this is what generates profits for their machines, right? They want more money, whatever. So it's a lot easier to get money to get people to hate each other than it is to, they can't make money if they're bringing us together.
Yeah.
And until they change some laws, they've got to, I mean, all kinds of laws need to change. But and I'm not really, I'm not a guy that believes in changing laws, but when there's just an abuse that is going on over and over, and it's threatening the republic, I mean, this republic may already be gone. We are already, we could already be on a death spiral and not even know it.
Yeah.
Maybe we are. And maybe whatever is beyond what America is now is and what to come, maybe that's what this big fight. But it seems like there has to be a big fight before whatever this new thing is, because I feel like it's gone on enough to where everybody's all in their camps, and nobody's going to be happy until we fight.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, because I don't want that to happen. I didn't
Yeah.
want my kids to have to see a type of civil war take place, whether, and I mean, we're basically at war with our media anyway, with when you have politicians that if you vote a certain way, you're not allowed in restaurants, or you're not allowed, or you get picked on, or your car trashed or whatever. That's not the America that we should be living in. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that we're in a really weird space, and I think it's manipulated. I think it's created by design, and that's why I choose to not take part of it. I don't want. I'm not out there, uh, contributing to that madness. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That, like, the whole thing with this show was to show people that, hey, we actually have more in common than we have differences. Yes, we do have
Exactly.
differences. We respect that. But what we're trying to do is bring everyone to the table. We are
Yeah.
all trying to eat together.
Exactly. And it's just, be like, more importantly, just able to have these conversations as well openly without having to like feel one's correct and one's incorrect or whatever. I'm right, you're wrong. So it's not even about that, but at least to get to like a common ground where we can find a fucking solution to stop
Yep.
this bullshit. It's
Right.
insane, dude. And it's just it's just wild, man. You really can't sum it up all like in one brief episode on this one. It's just really crazy. But what something we have talked about though, that we want to do, and I'm gonna reach out to this person. I'm horrible with remembering names, but he's an actual police officer. We're gonna reach out to him, and we're gonna actually try to have him on the podcast to talk about just everything that's going on, just with just uh you know the police shootings that we've been seeing so often and all that. Again, I just don't feel right now is the perfect time to talk about it, just because I don't have the facts with me online on table right now to really get into that and just talk about it here, because I just feel like it wouldn't be proper for me to just put out there stuff that maybe I'm just really not well informed to know all these different situations that went down and how they how it came about. So, but we'll definitely do that here in the near future to just bring awareness to that specific subject and just kind of dissect everything and just let it be for the people to watch and just kind of bring more awareness to with what's been going on for a good time now. So that'll definitely be in the works for sure. Mark my words on that. But not to get down on this episode, of course, not to bring the, what is it? I guess you could say the tempo down. I don't know. Probably butchered that. The tempo. Do you want to say tempo?
Yeah, you could say tempo.
Okay, tempo. but but anyways, dude. I know we're almost probably like an hour in on this episode. NFTs. Now, I know I've asked you before. You said you were really too familiar with those, so we're going with NFTs because, like I mentioned before, it's becoming a real popular thing that actually, all these athletes, even there's actually a rapper that I know of, Currency. He's actually going to release one of his albums in an NFT form.
Huh.
So,
Hmm.
I mean, okay, let me get this again. Let me see if I got this correct. And I probably talked about this on our 2 episodes ago. An NFT, what it really is, it's pretty much like saying that you're going to get a selected item or a piece of work that's only going to be available for a limited time, and you can get it for X amount of price or an X amount, like, dollar amount, whatever, right?
I don't think limited amount of time. I think you own it for life.
You own it for life. So you can say
Yeah.
you have that bragging right to be like, I have
But
this.
you
And
are the one that
you're the one
owns
that owns it.
that digital
Okay.
copy of it. And yeah, and whatever the price is, you own it. And since it's attached to the blockchain, the NFT is attached to the blockchain. That means that's your address and your path, the map of authenticity. So yeah.
So it's like a high collectible it's not limited amount, but some could be. I think some are. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
But you
well,
own it forever.
okay, for instance, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, sold his, or I don't know if he actually sold it or he talked about selling his first tweet. And I thought that was weird,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So it's only one. There's only one that he can sell. And so whoever gets that would own that. So even Jack Dorsey, if if he ever wants to do anything, or if a magazine wants to post it or whatever, you would be the owner of that, and you would grant the licensing and all that. So
Okay.
what it's cool. The thing that the most people using the NFTs, your sports, they're using like pictures, whatever. Like, hey,
yeah.
there's your one of a kind. You're never gonna get a picture of Michael Jordan like this or whoever, right? And artists, like right now, like if we know anybody, like we were talking on the phone earlier, talking about
Yeah.
Milka, Trippy Barber. She
Shout out
is an
Trippy.
artist in her own right, and I would love it if she if she could get her art and sell it as an NFT. She could easily do that, and that would be the coolest thing. In fact, that would just be really cool to just bring that home. So anyway, and it's wild right now, the stuff. But again, I'm more into the into the coin, into the platform side of it. I'm very interested in the technology side of that. So it's like more of the scientific side.
Yeah.
But this is the beauty of the blockchain and this new technology is it's for everyone. It is literally for everyone. And it is breaking down every barrier that we know to man. And you know what I mean? As far as poor, rich, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, doesn't matter. We are all taking part in this blockchain right now, and that is so cool. And it's just cool because, like I said, these artists that I'm like, how are these artists making so much? There was a Seattle artist that just made a whole bunch of money, actually putting an NFT up there, and I wish I had the name, but yeah, Seattle
really?
artist,
Cool.
man. And so it's really cool. Yeah, I just want anybody who is an artist to get in there, Google how to, start an NFT or how to whatever. I mean, I'm sure there's things out there. I don't know anything about it, but if I were an artist, I would be all over that right now. This is the new spoon. We eat up a new spoon.
A new spoon. That's awesome. That's we should sell that as an NFT. Fucking the first time that's been said.
Oh, dude, if I could figure that out, then yeah, we could. We
should sell like the first episode that we thought was gonna be our first episode, but it never was. And we have it, I think. We have to look for it. And that would be, you own it forever. You own a piece of TikTok podcast history, and we'll sell it for, I don't know. I'll let you set the price. I don't know if I can promote it. That's all I know.
Yeah, it won't be nearly as controversial as Eminem's rap song against that one girl that he dated in high school.
Wait, what?
Oh, he made a racist song.
Oh,
you didn't know that?
Oh no. No, I didn't know. Not Eminem.
Yeah, he
Not
did.
the guest in the House of Hip Hop.
He did. He dropped the N-word.
Oh my word. Okay.
But he got away with it. I don't think he's ever gonna be punished for that.
I guess cancel culture can't go back that far, so it is what it is, right? Nah, man, it's we're crazy times, man. The future, like you said, this is definitely the future. It's adapt or get left behind, right? Like you said.
Yep, adapt or die. And
like trap or die. That's why it sounds so funny to me. Trap or die. Shout out to fucking young Jeezy.
I was listening to young Jock today.
Really? Fuck, you're going back way old school.
Yeah. I think I was looking for some songs to put on my story on Instagram, and I was like, oh yeah, I know you see it.
Yeah, that was a cut. I'm not gonna lie, that was a cut back in the day.
Mighty Mo.
And my red storm freeze. Something like that. I don't remember. That was so long ago, man.
And she played
young Jock, man. There was a point in time, man. They were frying him because not too long ago, actually, they were really bashing him because he has his beard and all that, but people were pointing out that it was like a fake beard. Like it was like not even a real one. Like he had a fake beard. He was all getting lined up and all that. And there was a point in time too where he was trying to like slick his hair to the side and stuff like that. Like, I'm like, what? Like, come on, young jock. And then there was one time where he had a video of him walking in a dress.
Oh,
I'm like, come on, man. Come on, young jock.
Oh.
Don't go down like that, man. Come
I
on.
remember when T.I. was trying to look like Tupac, when he was dressed like Tupac in the whole leather get up. Oh man, knock that off. Knock it off.
There's only one that could pull that off, and that was obviously rest in peace.
Yeah, one and only, man.
Nah, man. If anybody could pull the leather bulletproof vest, it could only him. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't. Was it? Yeah, I guess it was.
It was like a leatherish. Like, the one where it was him, Suge Knight, and Snoop Dogg in the back.
Yeah,
iconic photo. Iconic because Suge was in the blood red suit. And I'll tell you, man, fuck it. We need to like do a photo shoot just to pay our respects to the fucking
NFT.
Yes, we're gonna pay respects to the fucking notorious fucking Death Row Records back in fucking '96. Paying homage to just a fucking record label that was bringing heat back in the day, just for the sole purposes of the music, of course. But just because those were iconic pictures back in the days, dude. Like that fucking spoke volumes. Like, yo, we're the fucking West Coast, and that's that. So I don't know. We definitely needed something like that though. Mark my words.
Money, Mo. How many people want to mess with Death Row?
No,
damn.
Is that the remix? Is that the remix?
Death Row remix, bitch.
Damn. Oh, we need the sound effects. Right there, dude. That's awesome. Do you want to just end it off on that?
Yeah.
Fucking,
I mean,
bars.
Earlier this week I had a COVID scare. I thought I had COVID.
Oh fuck!
Turned out being just a cold, but I still can't smell or taste anything. But
so he probably has like maybe a slight 10% COVID in there somewhere.
Might be COVID, but I'm too afraid to check.
Oh man, don't scare me.
Meanwhile, I'm just high-fiving everybody at Target. Hey, yo, what's up?
No mask down below your fucking mouth or your nose. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, yeah. Hey, everybody, thank you for listening to the Tip Touch. Thank you guys for tuning in, your views, your listens, we see all that, and whatever. Let us know how we're doing. If there's something you want to hear us talk about, if we're out of pocket, let us know that. Whatever. Like, we want to interact with you because I think that's what makes this thing better. Is the more we can interact with you, the better. And we want to get to know you. We want you to get to know us. And we're getting through this life together. It's
for sure. At the end of the day, like I said, we're just trying to get through life. We're just trying to take care of our families. We're just trying to live life. That's really what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying? Make a living out here. So, like you said, we have a lot more in common than we know. So, again, just adding to my boy here, definitely reach out to us on Instagram. We're really active on that. Comment on our posts. You can even DM us if you want. We'll try to do our best to respond back. I know we've had a numerous amount of DMs just saying what's up to other different podcasts and just people in general. If I had the list of different people that reached out to us, I would definitely be reading it here, but I just want to make a clear shout out for everybody that's reached out to us, DMs, and liking our content, liking our page, and following us. We really appreciate it. Definitely go check out our other stuff too that we have on YouTube as well. We have videos obviously from back on episode 1 up until now, episode 57 being the most newest one. And just subscribe, comment, and like that as well. We're putting out both audio and video for those that don't know or are new, watching or listening to our podcast. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll catch you on the next episode. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Every Friday we'll drop a new episode. We try to drop one new one, so just stay posted. Subscribe to our YouTube page so you can be notified when we post up a new video, and also subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn FM Radio, all that. There is a direct link on our Instagram page, so if you follow our Instagram page, it's in the bio. You click that, boom, it'll take you everywhere where we're at. Easy, just click, bam, you're taken there. But again, hope everyone's having an awesome day, awesome weekend, awesome Saturday, awesome Friday when this releases. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.